Hey Lovebug. If you happen to be new here, my name is Mercy Yvonne and my channel is all about being the intersection between faith and fashion. So we gonna serve the Lord, but baby, we gonna serve a look as well. So in today's video, I am going to show you some new in hygiene products into my collection and give you my thoughts about them, kind of giving a little bit if it's trash or it's treasure, if it's something that you should or should not purchase based upon my opinion. So if that is something that you're interested in, it's kind of your vibe, baby, go ahead, grab you a snacky snack, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So the first thing that I want to show is this face wash. Now, I do want to give a disclaimer. I am someone who deals with dry skin. So please keep that in mind while you're kind of listening to my opinion. Now, as someone who deals with dry skin, the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Gel Cleanser, baby, she is it. When we talk about hydrating and not leaving your face dry, but feeling clean, she does that. She does that. I was able to pick this up at Target. I'm not completely sure where all is sold, but especially if you are someone who deals with dry skin, this is something you might want to consider trying. To me, this is a treasure for sure because she is good. I've already repurchased this. Like, the bottle that I'm holding is technically my second bottle. For some reason though, I cannot find like a big bottle in store. I always find the little travel size. But as long as I can get my hands on it and have it, I'm cool regardless. She's not fragrance, but she is scented. Like, she does have a scent. I wouldn't say she's completely like scent free. And so definitely keep that in mind. But she is hydrating. She is a treasure for sure. I love her. Okay, Hydro Boost. It's the Neutrogena Hydro Boost with hyaluronic acid hydrating gel cleanser, and she that girl. She is that girl. She is by far one of my favorite cleansers for someone who deals with dry skin. Next up, we have the Target body wash. I've seen people talking about this on Tik Tok, and one of the reasons why I wanted to try it, one, because compared to other body washes, she is a lot more affordable. She was $4.99 and it is a 22 fluid ounce. Now, keep in mind, she is new. I've only used her a couple of times. I got the vanilla and white jasmine scent, and she is good. Like, I like the way she smells. She's clean with a little bit of like sweet floral, like very subtle. And it literally says everyday cleansing. I think that this is really good. Now, I know they do have an array of other scents. Out of all the ones I smelled, this one was by far my favorite. And they do have a fragrance-free option for sensitive skin. So it was $4.99 at my local Target. I think it's definitely worth a try. Thus far, like I said, I've only used her about 2 to 3 times already. So just keep that in mind. But once again, as someone who deals with dry skin, she is good. She does not leave me feeling dry. And sometimes you have to, even with body washes, but sometimes with soaps, you have to be mindful that they're not drying you out, but they're still getting you clean. And so far, so good. So I would definitely say she's a treasure. So maybe you can check your local Target to see if they got her. Now, baby, if you are not new here, then you know I enjoy an EOS body lotion. This is the third one in the product line that I have in my collection. I have the fragrance free, I have the fresh and cozy, and this is the pink champagne. She is good. Of course, that normal EOS formula. So if you enjoy the EOS formula and it's moisture, then it's good. She is very sweet and bubbly. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, she's sweet and bubbly. It's the normal formula, 24-hour moisture. Like, she's good. I think if you tried an EOS lotion and you like the formula, then you enjoy it. And as someone with dry skin, I don't lean towards a lot of lotions, but this is definitely one that this brand and this formula is definitely one that I repurchase time and time again. To me, it's great for your everyday lotion, and it's great to be worn by itself, even as a dry skin girly, and to pair well with other things in your collection. For example, for me, primarily body oils. So this is the pink champagne. The next one that I really want to try is, I've smelled it and I really like the way I smell in it, but I was torn. But when I went and got this one, this was the last one on the shelf, and they had the strawberry one, but you could tell that it was already popped, and I was definitely not going to buy that. But the next one that I do think I would get is the strawberry, because I am a strawberry girl. Okay, I loves me a good strawberry. So I think that's next on my collection. I got this one from Walmart. It was about, I want to say $8.99. Please don't, if that's wrong, I'll try to put the price on the screen, but I do believe it was about $8.99. And Target does sell it, and my local Target did finally have this one, but they didn't have the strawberry for me to pick up. But I would definitely say try the EOS brand. They have a ton of different fragrances that you can try, and they also have a fragrance-free option, as I mentioned earlier. So once again, really good formulation, and I think it's a really good price point. It is a 16 fluid ounce, and I would definitely say she's a treasure. Now, next up is this one right here. This Nivea is the essentially enriched with deep nourishing serum and almond oil. It's the 48-hour moisture lotion. I know Nivea has different ones, but this one in this bottle, like the dark blue bottle looking like this, is, and it has to me, I know it's the one that, I don't know if you can see it on the back, but it'll say have the skin feeling either light or rich. This is a rich this is a rich formulation, and so I really enjoy this. To me, this smells so clean. I was telling my best friend, to me this kind of reminds me of like adult baby lotion, where like it doesn't smell like you went and put on your baby's lotion, but it smells like a mature baby lotion. And I think that for me personally, this is a great base for a lot of my clean scents. So if I want to wear a more cleaner fragrance, I really do enjoy this one right here. She is good. As a dry skin girly, baby, when I say she is the treasure, baby, she is dry skin girl approved. Approved time and time again. This I believe will always be a staple. I had a bottle and I realized I tried this probably several years ago, but I didn't keep repurchasing it, and I don't know if it's the change of formula or if it was one of the ones, because I do believe there's another one in a blue bottle, but it's not the rich feeling, and I think that might have been why. But this one, for sure, especially if you are a dry skin girly, go for the deep, rich one. Especially now that we're moving into fall and winter, baby, you're going to need something to keep your skin hydrated and moisturized, okay? So get you this. Get you this. Next up, we have the Trader Joe's Body Butter. This is the fragrance-free one. Now, I'm going to be honest. I was a little hesitant because I tried the coconut one probably, I don't even know, maybe a year or two ago, and it didn't really do a whole lot for me personally. So I was in Trader Joe's one day and I just wanted to see what they had. I know they had the Brazil nut, and I've never been able to try that one. I know it's compared to the Bum Bum Cream, and then I believe they came out with another one, and I can't think of what it is right now. And I wanted to see if they had that to at least smell or try. But then they had this. It is an 8 ounce, And I want to say I paid about $6.99, something like that. I think it was like either $5.99, $6.99, somewhere around there. Now, here's what I'm going to say. She is good, but she needs assistance to be great for me who has dry skin. I think if you are someone with normal skin and you don't have like excessively dry skin, I think that you would enjoy her. As someone with dry skin, and I mean dry skin, on her own, she's okay. But when I pair her with a body oil, she thrives. She thrives. So I would definitely say keep that in mind if you are going to consider purchasing her. I don't think that she's bad. I definitely think that you just kind of have to gauge how she's going to respond to your skin. But for me, by herself, with an oil, all day, every day. And so I do lean towards Treasure because I do believe that more people will find this as a good body butter than not. Like, I think that you will probably enjoy it. I typically just, take some, put some in my hands, pour some oil in my hands, rub it together, rub it on my skin, and she's gonna do the doggone thing. So I would definitely say that she is indeed a treasure. Now, speaking of body oils, one thing your girl loves is a body oil. And I think because I am someone who deals with dry skin, body oils are a necessity in my collection. And I have the Palmer's Shea Butter Body Oil, but it is in the Raw Shea Nourish Body Oil. It's 48-hour moisture. This is good. This one is like good. I think like I want to show a close-up of this one specifically because I know Palmer's has like many different ones, but this one is like the Raw Shea Nourish. Like you want to look for that one specifically because this is the one I'm going to talk about. Now, she is fragrance. In the bottle, it gives nutty. Like it gives nutty, kind of almondy, but on my skin, she gives sweet and fluffy. Oh my goodness. When I say, baby, she is good. She is good. She is more thick, not super thick, where if you've heard me talk about like the Dr. Teal's, I would say in thickness, she's right below the Dr. Teal's body oil. I think the Dr. Teal's body oil are the thicker ones in my collection, but she's not a dry oil, if that makes any sense. And I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but she's not a dry oil. She's actually very nourishing, and she has a little thickness to her, but she's not extremely thick. Baby, when I say so sweet, so fluffy, it literally on my skin, and I don't know how it's going to respond to you, but on my skin, like I get the nuttiness and it's sweet when I smell it out of the bottle, but once it gets to my skin, once she hits my skin, it's like the moment I put her in my hands, she is a sweet, fluffy marshmallow. Like, the best way I can explain it is that moment where you put a marshmallow in your mouth and it just sits on your tongue and it begins to dissolve and you're getting all of that sweet, ooey gooey fluffiness. Baby, that is her on me. Now, on me. Don't go trying and be like, Marissa, it don't smell like that. Body chemistry, you have to keep in mind like how things react to your body chemistry. But baby, on me, she is sweet and fluffy and so good. Like this is a brand new bottle, but I've been using her up, and I'm trying to tell myself use sparingly because I have a lot of body oils. Kind of probably should be ashamed to say it, but I love body oils and they are definitely my go-to as a dry skin girly. But she, baby, is a treasure. Pot of gold. I tell you, pot of gold. Look, and she even golden. Pot of gold. Next up, keeping in the same vein with oils, are fragrance oils. And I have several of these. And here's the thing. I just picked some of the newer ones in my collection because I love a good fragrance oil. Now, I do have to say, I get these from my local hair store. Now, I would always say check to see if your hair store has like fragrance oils, and go in, smell them, and see what you like. Now, this specific one is the Have a Scent collection. I want to talk about this because I do know that this collection of oils is on TikTok shop. I don't know if you can find them anywhere else, but I know I've seen them on TikTok shop, and it is so good. When I say the ones that I have like an actual fragrance for, they match identical. Like, they are the same. And so it is really, really good. I love to wear this as either standalone, like I love to wear these oils standalone because they really do project that well, or in some of your fragrance combos. So I'm just going to talk about a few that I've picked up, ladies, some of the newest ones. But if you want to see a video on like my entire like fragrance oil collection, I have no issue doing that because I really do enjoy them. Now, for me, when I first started getting the fragrance oils from my hair store, they were like $2.99. They have now increased to like $3.29, I believe, something like that. But this is a 12 ml. So these last me really long. Especially because I have so many and so I rotate them. So just keep that in mind. When I saw it on TikTok shop, it was selling for like $8.99. So I would definitely encourage you, check your local hair store because you're probably going to be able to get a few dollars off in comparison. I think on average you'll find fragrance oils being sold in the hair store for about anywhere between maybe $3 to $5. So just keep that in mind. And they'll have different sizes depending on your local store. So this is the Coco Mademoiselle. I have Prada Candy. I have Valentino, Born in Roma. And I have Yara. And these are good. Now, these two, the Prada Candy and the Valentino, are two fragrances that I already have in my collection. And so these are good. Like when I say identical, and you can either layer them with the exact fragrance, so you can do the fragrance oil and put the fragrance on top, or you can do different combos, however you want to do it. Now, Coco Mademoiselle, in real life, like the actual fragrance, I don't really care for, but I do like this. Now, I do know someone that has Coco Mademoiselle, and I love it on her. More often than not, out of the bottle, I can kind of do without it, but on her, it smells good, and it's gonna hit every time. And I think it's worth a try. And I've never actually smelled Yara, like I believe it's considered Arabian fragrance. But if Yara, baby, if the real thing smells as good as this oil, baby, give me 14 of them. Neon, like neon. I really do love these. Like I said, you can wear them by themselves. You can pair them with your fragrances, your body oils, whatever you want to do. And they are going to project really well. I love to personally put fragrance oils like in my voice points. So I'll like put them behind my ear. I'll put them not often on my wrist. I'll put them in the crevice of, what is this? My elbow. I like to put them on my collarbone, depending on what I'm wearing, behind my knees, on my ankles, and just kind of rub it in. And they're really, really good. So they are definitely a treasure to me. I have to have fragrance oils in my collection. There is nothing like it. I am telling you. And I've been telling my best friend, like, I'm in the store getting some more oils. You want something? Like, I'm telling you, and I have so many. I can definitely show you my entire collection if that's something that you're interested in. Next up, we are getting into 2 body mists. I recently picked these up. Well, technically, shout out to my best friend because my bestie bought them for me. Thank you, bestie. Love you. We were walking through the mall and my bestie bought these for me. Like, so I really enjoyed it. And they were actually having a sale. I want to say it was like $5.95 per body mist. And we randomly just decided to go to the mall and they were on sale. So awesome. So I got Gingham Gorgeous. I smelled this a while back and just never picked it up. And I'm not really sure why. I just never really picked her up. She was definitely one of my favorites in the Gingham line. And she is so sweet. It is notes of pink strawberries, peach nectar, and peony blooms. And she is good. She is a sweet floral. Like, you get some fruity, but I don't feel like the fruit is in your face. I feel like it's actually very subtle, but you do get the sweetness. Like, you get that juiciness of a strawberry, but not the full sweetness, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but that's how she smells to me, and she is good. Now, baby, her 14. No, give me a million. Give me a million of her. I have been in love. I've had her probably a couple of weeks, and it takes everything in me not to keep spraying her. This is Vanilla Romance. She is fresh cardamom, vanilla absolute, captivating woods. Oh my gosh, baby. When I tell you, I love her. 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 Okay. She is vanilla, but she is a woody, warm vanilla. And you definitely have to keep that in mind. The best that I would compare her to is Eilish by Billie Eilish in the gold bottle. I think that they are the most similar because she gets more of that woody. And I feel like you kind of get a little bit of Eilish 1 and 2 kind of mixed together a lot more, because I feel like Eilish has a lot of that smoky, where Eilish 1 has a lot of that smoky, where Eilish 2 has a lot of that woody, and I feel like you kind of get both of those in this. Like, I smelled several of the fragrances that they've recently come out with, especially the ones that are like supposed to be inspired by designer fragrances, and most of them didn't really do anything for me. But she was definitely a new release that I am in love with. And I've seen her talked about on TikTok. And I was like, I need to see what the girl's talking about, because I've heard a lot about her specifically. And when I say she's worth the hype, oh baby, she is worth the hype. Now, I would definitely say, if you know that you do not like woody fragrances, smell her. Get your nose on her. Sniff her. I wouldn't say that she's a safe blind buy, only because she is so woody. But you have to, here's the thing. I don't typically enjoy woody and green fragrances, but the wood in here is done so beautifully. Bath and Body Works, you did your big one with this. Like, she is done so beautifully. Like, and I honestly was surprised. I'm like, you really enjoy her. And she is that good. And I've been wearing her down. Okay, I really am enjoying her. So this is Vanilla Romance. And when I say Bath and Body Works is giving treasure, she's giving treasure. I would always encourage you, go into the store if you can, if you have one nearby, and smell them. I'm not a blind buy fragrance kind of person personally. So I would encourage you, go into the store, smell them, try them on your skin, and see how you feel about them before dropping any coins. And then lastly, we have 2 fragrances by the Mix Bar. The Mix Bar can be bought at Target, and we have Cloud Musk and we have Salt Petals. I'm going to talk about Cloud Musk first. Cloud Musk is, how do you explain it? It's musky, but it's clean. I feel Cloud Musk is a little like masculine leaning, and I'm actually surprised that I really enjoy her, or I'm really surprised that I enjoy her because there is a little hint that does remind me of like a masculine fragrance, and I can't really put my fingers on it. I can't really put my nose on it. Like, something is kind of masculine leaning, and I don't typically care for unisex fragrances. Like, I typically lean into more feminine fragrances more often than not. But Cloud Musk is good. She's good. I would not say, now I'm being honest, I would not say that she's a safe blind buy. Go into the store. I would always encourage, go into the store, try her out, see how you feel about her. Now, the Mix Bar to me is affordable. This is a 1.7 fluid ounce, and you spend $20. And for me, they last pretty well. I typically get maybe 6 to, I can get anywhere between about 6 to 10 hours on a Mix Bar fragrance. Now, of course, it's all in about, to me, how you layer. And of course, I will always say this, baby, don't put no fragrance on no dry skin. Moisturize your skin. I would encourage you clean first, moisturize, and then apply your fragrances. That is just me. I would always encourage, if you can, apply it to an oil or at least a really good like moisturizer, so a really good lotion or body cream, body butter, something like that, so that your fragrance has something to stick to. If you feel like it is not going to hold well on your skin, if you're comfortable, and depending on what you're wearing, spray it onto your clothes, and that will help your fragrance last a lot longer. But Cloud Musk is good. Now, if you don't like masculine leaning fragrances or unisex fragrances, then you may, I would definitely say proceed with caution, but she's a treasure for me. And then next up, we have Salt Petals. Salt Petals slightly reminds me of Giorgio Armani's Acqua di Gioia, which is actually one of my favorite fragrances. That is a fragrance that went from a travel size to a full-size bottle like that. That fragrance is so good. And she kind of reminds me of that. She is kind of oceanic. I think that's that salt piece. But she's very aquatic. She's very clean. I feel like for me, the floral is kind of on the back end. Like, florals are kind of on the back end. But think like water florals, right? Like not rose or anything, but like a water floral. Something like that, where it really has that like watery quality. I hope I'm explaining these well, but like she's definitely aquatic. Like, she is an aquatic fragrance. She's very clean. She's very fresh. Like, she's good. And so definitely both of the Mix Bar fragrances are for sure treasures. But that is all for today's video. I don't typically do a lot of like hygiene videos, but I do from time to time try things out. Now, I'm someone who deals with sensitive skin, so I'm always mindful of what I purchase. And I try to do my research and look into things before purchasing certain things, just because I don't want nothing irritating my skin. I work very hard to keep really good skin, and I try my level best not to jack things up. So those were definitely some products that I recently picked up, and just my thoughts on them. If you ever want more videos like this, you always gotta just sound off in the comments. But that is all for today. I hope to see you back here next week for another video. But until then, remember that I love you. God loves you. So remember to always, and I do mean always, love you too. Smooches, Lovebug.